Okay, I've got my blend of my oils here. I poured in my lye solution, and I'm gonna actually let the lye melt all of the butters into the already liquid oils, which this method works really well. Also, it really lowers the temperature of the soap batter. In fact, let me check the temperature real quick. Let's see what we're at. Oh yeah, 115. Perfect. And I am going to take this real quick to my other workplace and start hitting it with the stick blender to start emulsifying the solution. Okay, I brought the soap to a super light trace, so it's not even making a trail on the top of the batter. See? Nothing, it's just going right back into it. The reason why, I'll excuse the motorcycle in the background, is I'm working with Cactus Blossom's fragrance oil, and I cannot remember specifically if it said if it accelerates it or not. So better to be safe than sorry. We're gonna work with a real light trace. Okay, so let me start filling up my cups of colors because we're working with a little 3-pound mold today. Let's see, I'm hoping y'all can see me pouring into this. I have not checked the camera yet. First pour, about that much. Okay. Oh goodness, children in the background. Second pour. And I'm kind of keeping in mind that I want white to be my main color. And so that will probably have the most soap batter in it. And I definitely want the neon pink to take a background because it is a strong, vibrant color. So we don't want it to be center stage, but kind of a nice little play in the background. Yeah, a little bit more to my other colors here. And I already got colorant set up for a second bar of soap. And so I'm still divvying up the batter. Looks like we're all gonna be pretty even, not bad. Okay. These cups work perfectly for me. Super easy cleanup. And we're gonna be okay that we got a little bit of soap batter on the table. It's just a plastic table from Costco. No biggie. Okay. Okay. So right now in each of our cups, we've got orange, our white, neon pink, and green. I'm gonna do the first blend on it just to get the color blended up in there, and then we'll go back and hit it with the fragrance oil and kind of go pretty slow to see what it does. So I've got my trusty little, ooh, dirty, little stick blender here, and we're gonna start with the lightest color first, which of course is white. We're gonna go hit the bottom. I can feel the warmth of the soap through the cup, so that's good. It's still warm. Not too warm, but warm enough to be doing what it's supposed to do. I think my next lightest color is actually this green. Ooh, that's so pretty. Man, you really can't tell about some of these mica colors until you get a true blend in on them. I'm gonna try to hit the bottom of that cup to get any mica powder at the bottom. I love that color. It's perfect. Get a little bit of excess off. All right, we're gonna go to the neon pink next. See, look how bright. Because I've made, oh gosh, a lot of soaps, and I have figured out that if you put a lot, while the soap bars are really, really pretty, don't get me wrong, it's all art. If you put too many of the dark colors together, your design really starts to lose its look. And so it's really nice to have kind of like a mix of lighter pastels, which is the green, with a neon, and then we've got like this dark orange over here, almost like a burnt orange color with like a backdrop of white. So that's gonna be really pretty. Okay. Okay. All right, we got that initially mixed up. Got a little bit of orange in my white. No biggie. Who cares? Okay. Let us start pouring. I'm going to pour it into the white first because the white is going to be my base color. Cactus Blossom going in. I'm going to get a spatula. And we're just going to gently mix the fragrance oil. You can tell real quick if it's going to be nice to you, which it looks like this is going to be pretty nice. I'm not feeling or seeing any form of acceleration already, which is good. We might even have some time to play around here. Ooh, that smells nice. So real gentle, like mixing it in. Don't want to agitate the soap batter too much. See, it is kind of starting to thick up actually. Another good way to find out real quick is feel the heat from the cup. Is it starting to get a lot hotter? Guess what? Your soap is accelerating. So it's definitely still workable, but we're gonna go ahead and get our soap molds and pour in our first color, which is white. This is just a 3-pound mold. So, yeah, it's thick, but it's not like danger, danger, pour it fast thick. So we're gonna pour a real nice chunky first layer of white. Okay. Now my next light color is green. So we're gonna get the rest of one of those fragrance oils. We're gonna go ahead and pour the rest of this bottle in. Cactus Blossom. Discard. I'm not really particular about making my colors match the scent of the scent fragrance for the soap. It's pretty much whatever I'm feeling. Like I can feel it warming up. Kind of another reason why I like to use these plastic cups. I like to feel what's happening with the soap before I even like find out on top. You see that trace? It's starting to collect on the top. You can see the line. So we're starting to pick up a little bit. And we're gonna do a little check-in on white. White's doing okay. Okay, let me get it into my dominant hand to pour. We're gonna do our first pour. Go that way and come back up. Stop. Beautiful. Okay, gonna do a little cleanup. All right, next color, pink. Gonna do a little bit of Cactus Blossom in. And I've seen some people put all of the fragrance oil in one color. I mean, that definitely is an option. It's not an option I prefer. I like to have the fragrance out throughout the whole thing, but at the end of the day, it probably does kind of just come through on the whole thing. You know what? Neon pink is not, and see, this is a visual thing too. And I'm seeing it's not, okay, no, it is. There we go. Just took it a minute. I think I'm gonna get my stick blender, my mini blender, kind of give it some assistance. Could be because it's accelerating a little bit. But if the spatula doesn't do it, just go ahead and get that blender out again. A mini one, to be specific. Because they're not as strong as the large ones. So they're not gonna do as much harm. Okay, going down. Line, line, stop. And our last color, I'm gonna start picking up my pace just because I don't want anything to happen to my pretty soap colors. Let's get this pink, I'll wipe off over here. Going into our dark, pretty burnt orange. The last thing you want to happen is your fragrance oil not mixed in appropriately. So we're gonna give another hand mix just to get her going. This is a pretty optimal consistency for doing this type of design. Sometimes it can get a little too thick, but we're doing okay. So we're gonna take it down and come back up. Okay, perfect. Got a little soap niblets on the table. Look at how thick white's getting. So that means we need to start picking up our pace. So I'm gonna go with a couple more up and downs. But don't stress. It's still art, it's still pretty, it's still gonna look really nice. Nobody knows that stress in the bar of soap when it's done. It's just gonna be pretty. The only person who knows the stress is the one making it. So I'm getting a lot heavier handed with my pores. And you see, it's sitting on the top instead of actually penetrating the soap, which is fine. It really is fine. So I'm probably gonna go almost all of my white. And we're probably just gonna go ahead and start dumping in all the green. Okay. We do not mind acceleration in this house. As long as I knew it was coming, which, once again, if you start off with a low temperature, you have more time. And that is really the benefit of letting the lye melt those oils, because you have the time to start freaking out slightly. All right, let's go ahead and get a spatula. I'm working in my garage, so you're gonna hear a lot of cars passing by. I would not recommend doing this inside your household, especially if you have kids. Okay, so look at that. Look at how thick it's sitting down there at the bottom. We're just gonna give it a little quick flick of the spatula, and we're just gonna start ladling it right on top of the soap. And see, I had a plan to keep dropping in the color and maybe doing my little utensil to get a special swirl going, but this fragrance had different ideas. So we're just gonna roll with it. It's hard to be mad because it smells so good and it's so pretty. Okay, I like to go in order that I did it with. Okay, let's just go ahead and start scooping out the green. This green has got like a shimmer to it. So subtle, so pretty. Okay. Keep going. We're okay. Another issue that you could potentially have when your soap is starting to creep up on you and go faster. Do not underestimate the power of a good smack down of your soap on the table, because you don't want those bubbles in there. Plus it kind of helps the soap just relax a bit. Okay, let's get the pink. Neon pink coming in. Hot, 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 hot. Hot neon pink. Pretty. So I will say it's still behaving pretty well for starting to accelerate on me. It's just it wasn't penetrating. Sorry. It wasn't penetrating that top layer. So it wasn't going to go down to the design part anymore. Okay. This almost looks like burnt orange. University of Texas. Well, I am in Texas, so I guess that goes well together. I would say the worst part about working in the garage is there's flies occasionally. Okay. So I am pretty happy with what I was able to get out of that. Okay. So, and look at this. You can just throw this away. Hot dog. Soap dishes are the worst. Okay. So let's do like some more tests. See, look how thick it is. And even just squeezing on the sides of the mold. Does it give much? Is it moving much? That's pretty thick. So, let's get our tool. I'm just using a paint paintbrush that I got from the dollar store. We're just gonna start swirling the colors on the top. No particular form or fashion. No, a lot of soapers have like their specific design they like to do, and I'm kind of just all over the place. See where the wind takes me today. See where the soap color takes me. Wish I had a little bit more green, but that's okay. It is what it is. Okay. Can even kind of start digging in if I want to create more depth. Yep. But other than that, I'm pretty much going to leave it as is, because sometimes simple is best. I'm really liking the colors that came through on the top. Yeah, I wish there was a little bit more green, but what can you do? But look how thick she's getting right now. Yeah, that definitely was accelerating. You can like feel the heat coming through the box too. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So that is gonna be Cactus Blossom. We're gonna get a close-up shot of the top to try and give some gratitude towards the colors. And then I'm gonna put this away in a safe location to finish up its final magic. Here is Cactus Blossom out of the mold. So pretty, the different colors. And here's the top. Got a little bit of soda ash, but nothing that isn't out of the normal. All right, let's get it down to the cut. Hopefully everybody can see it in the camera. Okie dokie, first cut. Ooh, that was pretty smooth. Oh, look at that. That looks awesome. The colors. This is what I was talking about, how if you're gonna have a dark color, a neon, and a light, mix it with a white, and that just gives wonderful background. All right, let's cut the next one. Each bar is gonna tell a different story here. Oh, I love it. Look at how pretty. This one worked so much better as according to my design. So pretty. All right, see, even though it accelerated on us a little bit, we were still able to bring it together to turn into a really nice bar of soap. It smells really nice. It's definitely curing with the soap as well. Pretty. Super pleased. Cactus Blossom.